Well, here's the first edition of Things I Never Learnt at Principal School. It's the start of the 2022 school year, and we are about to welcome back students to the classroom. They have just had a few weeks holiday, and in some cases, additional weeks holiday, as school leaders prepare to welcome them back following the hiatus and a little bit of delayed time through managing the COVID pandemic. So, here's the first thing I never learnt at principal school, and that is how to manage a school environment, staff, students, parents, learning through a global pandemic. So, in 2020, when the world stopped due to the global pandemic of COVID-19, school leaders were thrown the challenge to manage, in some cases, homeschooling for hundreds of students. That meant they had to ask teachers to provide educational resources and high quality learning experiences on an online platform. This provided great opportunity, it provided great challenge, it also provided great stress. But teachers did it because that's what teachers do. And most teachers love to see children thrive and progress and show progress. So the teachers worked hard in managing the homeschooling environment for their students. However, it also meant they had to learn ways to communicate with parents via online platforms. It also meant they had to learn how to do presentations via blogs and Teams or Zoom meetings. It also meant that they had to be willing to engage and collaborate very closely with their peers and with the parents to ensure that the educational journey of the students weren't too badly interrupted as a result of the global pandemic. However, when students returned to school, that also meant a huge range of new protocols in places so that we could ensure the safety, well-being and education of the students. So, how does a principal manage the adequate cleaning necessary to manage the safe environment for their students? How does a principal manage the safe arrival and departure of many hundreds of students? How does a principal continue to engage and build community with parents when parents aren't really allowed on site? Or when parents are allowed on site, they're going to be wearing a mask. How does a principal manage the stress levels of their teachers who are challenged when faced with new experiences and new requests in having to provide homeschooling or being able to provide resources for learning at home while still having to teach some students at school? I never learnt this at principal school. And hence, do we get it right? Not all the time. Do we do our best? Absolutely. And I applaud the work of the teachers, the school leaders, the educational authorities and parents for working in collaboration so that we can still provide high quality teaching and learning for all the students. My three buzzwords are trust, collaboration and inquiry. And this is the perfect environment in which those three qualities have to be practiced. We trust the teachers and the parents to work together to ensure the students' learning is not too severely interrupted. We work in collaboration to make sure that the students' learning can still progress at a reasonable rate. And if there are any issues, we ask that parents and teachers ask questions so that together we can ensure that the children can still receive high quality education. So, the first thing I never learned at principal school was how to manage a global pandemic.